Your statement is correct. Yes. So you see how hard we must strive for negativity? It takes a lot of effort to reach 95% negativity. Also, you may be surprised how many people on the planet are nowhere near reaching 51% positive. How do you choose a service to others path? Be good to yourself. Cultivate a genuine love for life and for being. Be genuinely thankful to the infinite Creator every day for bringing you into being and for His bountiful provision. You have survived this far, have you not? You may not have everything you want, but you have everything you need in order to complete that which you were incarnated here to do. Give thanks for that. Show need in other Show acknowledgement and gratitude to the infinite Creator for all that it has done and for showing you. It has given you the gift of life experience and offered you the free will to decide what you will create with it. Guard your thoughts carefully, as they are more powerful than you may imagine. When you are coming from a place of love for and service to your Creator, a life of service to others will become a natural outflowing from that. Always look for ways that you can be of assistance to your fellow beings. Being of encouragement to others. Build people up and do not put people down. Be a beacon of light in a dark world. Does that old lady need a hand with her shopping bags? How do you treat the homeless man who asks you for some spare change for the shelter? Ever hear about angels in disguise? Look and see the divine spark in the heart of all beings. Treat them as you would like to be treated yourself, and as you would your Creator if He was speaking directly with you. For even as you are doing it to the least of these, you are doing it unto me. The law of radiation and attraction. Your thoughts, words, and actions return to you. Ultimately, cultivate a spirit of humble gratitude. You won't go wrong. You won't go far wrong with that. Desire to serve flows naturally from a grateful heart. If we live a service to others philosophy in order to achieve oneness with the infinite source, isn't that really service to self? How is the distinction of negative and positive polarity made? You do not serve others to achieve oneness with the infinite source. You serve others because you love them as yourself. Others are an extension of yourself. That's why the law of attraction works the way it does. Truly, whatever you are doing to me, you are doing to yourself. We are all one in the infinite creation. Separation is an illusion because you only see what is in the third density. You do not see the whole picture. We achieve oneness with the infinite source of all as a result of our upward spiral of progression. We are all on the path back to where we came from. We are all on our way back home. It is my understanding that all souls must eventually choose the positive path to unite with the infinite Creator. If this is true, what's the justification of choosing the negative path now for your people and us? An astute question. Yes, all souls eventually learn that positive is the pathway which leads home. But whilst incarnating in the third density, negativity is still an important tool in your learning process. It teaches you other than. As I said earlier, it is up to you how you use the tools that we have given to you. Do you respond to negativity with more negativity? Has fighting fire with fire ever worked for you? Or do you choose to see the negativity as the tool that it is, and recognize that it is offering you an opportunity? I will honor your free will to think and discover for yourself what that opportunity is. Or if the one infinite Creator is love, does that Does that mean it doesn't matter if we choose love of others or love of ourselves? Will either path lead us to the source? In a sense, you are correct to a certain point, but there is a big difference between loving yourself and being selfish. A big difference. When you truly understand what it is to know and love yourself, you cannot help but to love and serve others. There are no others. When you understand this at the core level of your being, you will be on the path home to the infinite creator and ultimately submergence back into the infinite oneness. I agree with many of your answers, which are very much in line with several sources that I've read in the past, including the channelings of Ra, the Cassiopeans, and several others. Can you explain your interpretation of such channelings if they are another source of disclosure from your people? I have spoken on Ra in my previous answers today. I have not heard of the Cassiopeans. There are no other communications from my family at this time than this one, though there is a possibility of another soon, depending upon certain events. My general view of channelings is that the majority of them are very poor quality. That is not necessarily a slight against those bringing them through, but more a matter of their lack of receptivity and subsequent distortions. It is very rare to find a good, stable, clear, and impartial channel. The key element in channeling is the ability to temporarily withdraw the filters on your own personal beliefs and to be a clear channel. To bring through what is actually given and not your slant on what you think it might mean. When I am saying you, I mean this in general term, of course, not you personally. Always remember that it's meant to be about the message, not the messenger. The raw channelings are very accurate indeed. They are the only ones that I know of that I would happily classify as a clear message. Though, as I say, even then it's not 100%, more like 85 to 90%. Another difficult issue with channeling is that you can start off receiving a positive entity, and if you are not very perceptive in your discernment and careful in your protection when identifying an incoming channel, you can get a negative one that pretends to be positive, but gradually slips in more and more misinformation having gained your trust. The ones that give you precise dates and times are nearly always ones to avoid. Positive entities will not give a date and a time. Negative ones will do, so they can set you up for a fall. Once you're tricked into predicting dates and times, and they don't happen, they've succeeded in putting out the light of your message, as no one will see any credibility in you. Well, now we know the point of this thread. Someone just discovered New Age theology, wanted to take time to type out his discovery. OP, still waiting for you to provide a prediction with the timeline. So far, all you've offered is general doom, which is what everyone in this site predicts every year. We need something specific, like next week. Of course, I know you won't provide anything. This is just a hoax. This will be the only time that I reply to you. At the outset of our discourse here, I made it expressly clear the way I am choosing to operate. If you do not like my choices, you have the free will to not read or listen to this disclosure. I would kindly suggest that you use it as your energy is feeling very frustrated and angry. That's not really an advisable direction that you want to be heading under the circumstances. As I took the time to explain to you before, I have nothing to prove to you. That is not why I came. Believe or do not believe. I am divinely indifferent. If my presence here ends up benefiting just one soul during the process, it will have been worth the effort. I have not asked you to believe. The only thing I have respectfully asked is that you suspend judgment or hold a provisional faith until the discourse is complete, so that the flow of questions and information remains uninterrupted. You have shown me nothing but discourtesy and bad manners from the outset, and then wonder why I do not respond. If you do not like the topic, simply choose not to read or reply, and let those that do wish to participate with insightful questions do so uninterrupted. Your points. Number 1, New Age theology? That's amusing. You clearly have not the faintest comprehension of just how ancient and timeless these mysteries are. I find it ironic that your name has that you're a Mason. Well, if you ever make it to the 32nd degree, you're going to find yourself hearing these truths all over again. I hope that you will find it easier to integrate these truths then, and I ask our infinite Creator to guide your path. Number 2, you will not be receiving any times or dates from me. I am not here to prove anything. I have no need to do so. Your disbelief is of no consequence to me, only to you. I am here to diligently discharge the duty given to me of delivering a message, and I will complete that duty regardless of your feelings about it. Number 3, as your point 2 regarding doom and gloom, that just serves to reveal your mindset. Where you see doom and gloom, I see opportunity. Life conforms to your ideas, the way it is for you. If you see doom and gloom, then that's what you're projecting. The world is your mirror. It reflects back to you what you are putting out. If you do not like the reflection life is showing you, then change what's causing it. You see, if this really existed, there would be countless thousands of people involved, and any one person could leak. Thousands? Try millions. And you have no possible comprehension of the rigorous training and the harshness of the conditioning that we undergo from an early age. No one dares to go against the family. We know what would happen if we did. But that's not the prime motivator. The motivator is unbridled loyalty to the family and our Creator. We understand the importance of what we're doing here, even though most of humanity does not. Oopsie, you just shot yourself in the foot. For someone who only deals with manipulating the spiritual side of life, you sure do know a lot of things that have nothing to do with it. You just exposed yourself. Do you not sit down with your family and keep one another abreast of your plans? As to your remarks about my spiritual role, the ignorance you demonstrated is most humorous to us. If you think I only deal in spiritual, you have either not read or misread my posts. You also make the assumption that my role is manipulating the spiritual side of life. Again, you lack the understanding and then make false judgments about that which you have no comprehension of. You would do well to stop trying to be clever and instead channel all of this misplaced aggressive energy of yours into something more productive or nourishing for your soul. But don't let me stop you. You're contributing nicely to the overall negative polarity to the coming harvest. We are grateful to you. I will be spending the last few days of my time here, our discourse ends soon, focusing on responding to insightful questions with depth, which make the most of this opportunity for sharing information and making connections on a soul level of being. So, please, do not expect any further responses to your verbal jousting. I neither have sufficient time or inclination for engaging in insignificant banter. To those whose questions I have not yet had time to reply to, I will do so tomorrow. In the meantime, while I catch up, I respectfully ask if you will please hold off on further questions until I am up to date with the current ones. Thank you to those who have contributed to this discourse so far with meaningful questions. For those with an open mind, it is my hope that you will get something out of this information. To be continued.